Hello everybody, we are the Geeks and Degenerates. I am Menzo. This is my forever co-host Jom, and today we talk about the Naked Gun from the Files of the Police Squad, because the new Naked Gun is coming out in August. So,
We kind of skipped like a couple.
yeah, what do you mean?
Isn't this like the second movie?
The first one.
This is the first one?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I got them mixed up. Okay. My bad.
Did you watch the first one?
Oh, no, I watched the first one.
Alright.
I watched the one that you sent. And I was like, yeah, okay. I thought it was like the second one. I was like, why are we skipping a movie?
But
I didn't know this was the first one. Anyway, yeah.
did you watch the one where they tried to kill the queen?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one. Correct, the
Yeah,
window.
that's the one.
Thank God. But yeah, do you remember the days when spoof movies weren't total ass garbage?
I know, dude. Like, I remember Charlie Sheen had,
Scary movie.
no, it was not. No, I feel like that one was already a little bit far too
Oh,
gone.
oh yeah, Hot Shots. Something.
Hot Shot.
Yeah.
It was like a Top Gun spin-off slash Platoon
Yeah.
slash Rambo, and I loved it. And like Leslie Nielsen also did,
Airplane.
Airplane. Yeah. Again, it's like one of my favorite spoof movies, and I'm just like, man, I miss Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
You know,
Like,
like rest in peace. But god damn, he was so good.
yeah, unfortunately, like the top cast members have already passed away. Like from Leslie Nielsen to Ricardo Montalban. I think the only one still alive is Lisa Presley.
I think you're forgetting one guy.
You know what? Since you made that face, I've
Mr. Stabby Stabby.
Oh. Oh, yeah. OJ. Oh no, OJ Simpson's still alive. Oh, is
Yeah,
that-
OJ Simpson is
No, he
dead.
died last year, I believe.
Damn, they got him. Oh, he was still like kicking it.
No, he died like sometime last year. There wasn't just much, fanfare because nobody gives a shit because of what he did. So yeah. But yeah, I think it's just Lisa Presley, the wife of Elvis Presley. Sorry, Priscilla Presley, who's still alive. But yeah, speaking of Mr. Stabby, like I remember, it's funny that he was pushing so hard to be a major movie star. I know he was supposed to be the original Terminator as well, but thank God that never happened.
Would have been fitting. Not gonna lie, it might have given him some ideas, so we don't know.
Who knows at this point? But yeah, there's obviously some things in this movie that haven't aged well, like the beginning where you can tell it clearly is the 80s with what America thought its enemies were, and you're like, yes, I remember this time.
Like, you get to see Gaddafi on the table. You see a couple of like dictators here and there, and like, I was like, woo!
Yeah.
This did not age well.
Yeah, but it clearly is a product of the 80s. But as much as it is a product of the 80s, the comedy still stands the test of time. Like, I still laugh with the stupid shit. Like,
Yeah, dude, I love how Leslie Nielsen does his comedy.
yeah,
He is so nonchalant about everything,
yeah,
and it's like if you're not paying attention, you kind of miss the joke.
yeah,
I just love it. Like he just kind of walks into the punchline so smoothly. That is something I aspire to be when it comes to being funny.
yeah. Like this straightforward man just deadpan reacting to funny things that are really funny, and him just having the most straightforward, like, not like serious reaction to it. Like I like that formula of like serious dramatic actor finds himself in a comedy and he doesn't know it's a comedy, even though he's responsible for some of the shit he does.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're kind of getting the same treatment with the new Naked Gun
Yeah,
with Liam Neeson.
yeah. I hope this is the last chapter or like the beginning of his like comedy days. And
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I feel like Liam Neeson is like will kill it.
Yeah.
Because if you watch Dairy Girls, he was killing it there,
Yeah.
and that comedy. I love that their new promotional art too is like, oh, this poster wasn't made with AI, and there's like a bit of extra fingers.
Yeah.
on the gun.
Yeah. And like, what better director to pass the torch to than The Lonely Island, because they're making
Yeah.
that movie. So yeah, I have a great feeling about Liam Neeson's future in comedy movies. Hopefully, this ends his crappy action movie days, and he just sticks to, comedies.
Yeah, or like whichever, you know.
Yeah,
Liam Neeson's already successful with all of his like roles, but anyway,
yeah,
back to the movie.
yeah. I think this joke that really stuck out when I saw this when I was younger was the, "Would you like to see my beaver?" And you're like, "What?" Oh,
What? And she like pulls out an actual beaver. I was just like, oh my god. I love it that when you do watch this with like say your parents,
yeah,
they could laugh along.
yeah,
It's not too highbrow, but yet it's still subtle enough that like it makes it really funny.
yeah. And like, the perfect antagonist is Ricardo Montalban, like OG Khan, as this guy trying to assassinate the queen.
That's who he was. I was like, oh, he looked familiar.
Yeah, he didn't recognize him because his shirt wasn't open with his chest showing out. Yeah. And like it's just the stupid shit that Frank, Detective Frank, gets into, like the chase when he's chasing the people with like a student driver, and the guy just like turn left, but be gentle about it, and you're like, you know what? I've never thought about that as a comedy sequence, but I love it. And like it's just so stupid, but like it's not stupid to the point that it's cringy. It's not scary movie where you're like, I don't think this is funny anymore, man.
Well, it's not raunchy in any way.
Yeah,
Well, sometimes, dude, sometimes it is. Like
Yeah.
you're the where Frank accidentally burnt down the villain's like home,
yeah,
and then like he's like trying to escape, and then like he holds onto like a statue with boobs, and then he actually holds onto a girl with boobs.
yeah. Or I mean,
And
so
then like he
he
go
still
on.
dresses up like as a giant condom with Priscilla Presley.
Like their first time like going on a date together,
Yeah,
and then she was like, I practice safe sex. I was like, oh.
yeah,
It's just these huge condom packets, and they're fully entombed.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, for the bit, that is funny. But, like, as a safety thing, I was like, that is so not safe.
Yeah, like,
how are
how-
they able to breathe?
exactly. I was like, won't you fucking die? How the fuck is
Yeah.
that safe?
Isn't there, like, a video on, like, not to put your toddler's head in a plastic bag?
Yeah, exactly. And it's the small bits too, like when him and his partner are staking out like Ricardo Montalban's lair, and he's just eating candy.
Yeah, and there's, like, a huge pile as soon as he opens the door.
Yeah,
I was like, it always gets me, like it's a perfectly normal scene,
yeah,
and then they just do an outrageous like conclusion to that scene, which is
Yeah.
I think what Key and Peele was inspired from.
yeah,
Where
like
they start out a scene entirely completely serious, something that you know
yeah,
how it would start and would end,
yeah,
but
exactly.
completely avert your expectations.
Yeah, like when Detective Frank meets Ricardo Montalban for the first time, and he's in this lair, and he fucks up one of the lionfish, and you're like, oh, I thought this. It's like the cliche, like villain meets hero, and then it's something stupid happens. You're like, this is not how I thought it would go. All right.
Yeah.
The office scene gets me. It's like every stealth game where like I'm not supposed to be seen. It does everything to be seen. You're like, fuck.
And that's where it's like, okay, guns are blazing, fine.
Or like by the end of the chase scene when like the building's on fire and Frank's just like, nothing to see here, absolutely nothing.
After nothing to see her, and it's just like fireworks
Yeah,
just blowing up at the back, and people are just like, Jesus Christ.
yeah. Like I think the one that really got my attention was when he was with O.J. Simpson at the hospital and just kept saying things that made
Like-
the wife hysterical.
Yeah, where he's just making it so much worse. Like,
Yeah.
she's already fearing for his life, and it's like he's kind of saying some shit about percentage of people dying.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, shut up.
Like most
But
people,
it's so fucking funny.
yeah, it's like most people survive this kind of injury. Not that he has a chance to, but most people make it out well. You're like, what? What the fuck did you just say?
And the wife is just like losing it.
Yeah,
And then like I love it too. Like he kind of fucks up the bed.
yeah,
And like it makes like OJ Simpson into a taco. I was like, oh my god.
Right, I'm like, well, you know what? My suspension was already in disbelief at the beginning of this movie with the enemies of America, so why should it not be suspended for here?
Yeah, this is a completely turn your brain off moment, but
Yeah.
the thing is, you have to pay attention.
Yeah.
Because Leslie Nielsen, when he does, well, with how they made this movie, when the punchline comes in, to them it's not funny.
Yeah.
It's just a regular thing. Like when Frank is like walking and having his like noir monologue, and he's just like, oh, it's a dark city as I walk through the streets, and then he walks on like dirt road, and he's like, where the hell am I?
Yeah, he's like, I don't think I'm supposed to be here right now. And you hear like animal sounds. You're like, how far did you fucking walk, man?
I love his reaction to it. He's just like,
yeah, like we're in on the joke, but Frank isn't for some reason, even though he's the
that's
cause
the
of
funny
it.
part. Like where he's not in on the joke.
Yeah. Even though everybody else is just like, I don't think you're supposed to. You know what? Fuck it. It's Frank.
Dude, the funniest, like, I love how they did the ending here as well, where we're finally at the baseball game. The Queen comes in for the baseball game,
Yeah.
and Frank is the umpire, and he's absolutely screwing them over.
Yeah.
You can clearly see that the person is not safe, but he calls it safe. He's getting a little too ham because he's like, he's loving the crowd work.
Yeah.
I was just like, I love that. And then he's like, when the ball goes upwards, he tosses multiple ones so they don't know which one's the ball. I was like,
Yeah.
oh god. I don't know. I know it's the conclusion, but it's like the big fight scene of every
Yeah.
action movie. But instead of a fight scene, it's just a really long skit. And it's so good.
Yeah.
And like I love the players' reactions to it.
Yeah. As you said, you have to turn off your brain. At the same time, you have to pay attention because the writing is just so sharp. Like if you don't pay attention, you'll be like, I didn't even get the joke. What did you say again?
Yeah.
But when you do pay attention, you're like, oh shit, this, like old school comedies were injected with something I don't think modern comedies can do anymore. For some good reason, for others, you're like, if you're not afraid to like tip the balance to the other side, like, then I don't think you're doing comedy that well. Like I think comedy as a whole should try to push the envelope, and then whether or not it's okay, we have a say in it. But like, if you're too scared to do this, then you're like, why do you even bother doing comedy if you're not afraid to push it a little bit?
A bit to the a little bit to its limit.
Yeah. And like, yeah, it is a pleasing movie, and like it ages so well. Even though, yeah, there are a lot of things that don't age well. You're just like, you know what? It's from the 80s. It stays in the 80s. Nothing's gonna make it like stop being from the 80s, and that's about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything to add before we wrap this up?
I really suggest people to watch Leslie Nielsen's other works.
Yeah.
Because this dude was a gem when it came to comedy.
Yeah.
Like he is a really big inspiration of mine when it comes to like making jokes
Yeah.
and like being nonchalant about like the punchline,
Yeah.
which makes it even funnier. And like, yeah, just like again with Airplane or even old '80s spoof movies were just oddly good,
Yeah.
very well thought of, and like you could tell that like people from SNL used to write here, people from these movies went to SNL,
Yeah.
and like you could tell that there was love and like brain power into making these jokes instead of like of course there's some fart and dick jokes,
Yeah.
but again, the movie as a whole,
Yeah.
I say you have a good time. Even though it is an old movie, it doesn't seem like, oh, these jokes are out of date to a point where I don't understand it. It is out of date to a sense of like, oh, if you're offended by this, you will get offended by it.
Yeah.
But if you could turn your brain off and just roll with the punches and know that it's a product of its time, you will enjoy this movie.
Yeah.
And I'm giving this movie a solid 8 out of 10. I know people give it a lower one, but I'm like, why?
Yeah, right.
Again, it's Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
It's it is an absolute gem in my opinion,
Yeah.
and I suggest everybody to watch it.
Yeah, same here. Like again, like this is from the 80s, and it does push the envelope not too far, but like there are things that don't age well. Like again, the beginning with the enemies of America, we're like, I feel like this is one of the reasons why they're still enemies of America. You know, same nations too. But yeah, Leslie Nielsen and like the rest of the cast, including him and the perfect pair of like him and Ricardo Montalban as the antagonist, is so well done. Like their chemistry is great, and his chemistry with Priscilla Presley is just so great too. Even because they have to, she has to be on the joke, but Frank can't be, and they work so well.
Yeah.
I forgot who the new lead is for the new one. I think it's Pamela Anderson and with Liam Neeson. So hopefully their dynamic is as great. But yeah, it's a timeless comedy with great laughs and smart writing. And it's a shame that people don't make comedies as much as they used to. Like with like remakes and superhero movies, I feel like comedies and rom-coms have been pushed to the back, and they're like, we're not interested in that anymore. I'm like, why?
To a degree, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when it comes to comedies, sometimes it's just not focused on when it comes to like producers and all that stuff. But when we do make a comedy nowadays,
Yeah.
yes, it's not, they don't put it on a spotlight, but when you do see it,
Yeah.
it's really good. I really suggest if you want to see Liam Neeson in this like trying to be funny, Dairy Girls. He's only in one episode, but like Dairy Girls is really good.
Yeah.
And if you really want that like whole kind of comedy, like it's one of the best comedies to date. It's on Netflix, so give it a shot. It's really good.
Yeah. And like I believe the last really good comedy I watched, which was also like satire, was Popstar Never Stop Popping, and that is like gold. And that's by The Lonely
Yeah.
Island.
Yeah, if you want to see what you're gonna go up against with this new Naked Gun movie,
Yeah.
I suggest watching that.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. 80s movies. There are some lines like with Airplane when the little girl is like, "I take my coffee like I take my man." How black? You're like, what?
Wow.
And like,
I love the one where it's like, oh, is anybody here a doctor? I am. He's like a licensed therapist. I was like, God damn it.
but yeah. If there are any other like 80s, 70s, even 90s comedies that you guys want us to do, please let us know and we'll definitely do it. We'll even do some ones from like the 2000s, like try to push the envelope ourselves, like with Scary Movie and like Borat.
Why not? Borat, like I know it's a childhood favorite, Zohan, but with the recent
Oh,
what's going on, I think we will
Yeah.
refrain from touching that.
we'll refrain from that, but stuff like White Chicks we'll probably do.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
fuck yeah.
exactly. But yeah,
Or Tropic Thunder. That was a really good one.
yeah. So I think that's one of the things we have to redo because we went through every plot line when the first time we did that. So
Oh, we already did it.
Yeah.
Tropic. I didn't know. Okay, yeah, I don't mind redoing.
yeah. But yeah, probably we'll do that when like the new Naked Gun movie comes out. But yeah, to the audience watching, what's your timeless comedy that you love so much? Whatever it is, comment down below. If you want to see more of us, please leave a like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. We're also on Spotify and TikTok to see your best and funniest moments, Spotify to yours on the go. And the video episode as well is on TikTok and Enswolf and on Letterboxd. Where can they find you?
Or you can find me at JohnJu__ on Instagram. It is my art account.
And until the next one, we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.
Ciao.